This is like a tiger pit, but that's dangerous right there. I've been talking about this massive compost pit for a couple years at least here on YouTube. And today I'm finally going to get it to a state where it can start decomposing and start creating that nice rich compost that I need for my garden and also for landscaping around the house, just to have a stockpile of good rich soil to use wherever we need things to grow. So I've been doing a lot of work off camera. I spent one day digging out the pit, so I've got a pretty fair size pit that's 9 to 12 foot deep. On about 1/3 of it, I've already put cow manure and wood chips, and I'm at the point with my digging that I need to clear out the spoils that I've already loosened and start backfilling the hole because it's really deep. I've got one trench in it already that's as deep as the excavator can go. So I need to start backfilling that before I dig out any more fill dirt. And also I've been working on a huge pile in the front of the property, and it's just been a spoils property. Just over the years, we've been putting trees that we've yanked out, like several cedar trees have been put in there. Some big old pine trees were put there and cut up, and that's been decomposing for 8 years. Some of it has been placed there sooner than 8 years, so it's less along in the decomposition process. But I've got a huge pile of fill dirt over there. But now I just want to get all that cleaned up, get that trucked back to that pit, and just start getting it more to a final state. And these guys are my secret weapon for my compost. Chief on the left, the bull, and Charlie on the right. And they're doing their part by producing about a wheelbarrow full of pine shavings, and also mixed with their urine and their manure. Every day I take a full wheelbarrow over here and I park it over here, and it decomposes here for a little while, and then I truck that back. So I got quite a big stash of that right here. I want to get lots of worms and everything grown in there. I want lots of I guess fuel or food for all the microorganisms and everything that's going to be in there, and just kind of breaking everything down and giving me some rich soil. First we're going to use the Kubota. It's got a bigger bucket, and it's already got the bucket on it. And then we're going to switch to some different machines, and today may be the day that I use most of the machines we have out here on Piney Grove. Not sponsored by Kubota, just impressed. Hey cows! Chief, Charlie! Hey cows! I spent the better part of the day a few days ago sifting this and got this huge pile down to just this pile, but I got to the point of diminishing returns because I kept sifting it, but all the dirt was sticking to the sticks because it was a little wet, and it was also at the bottom of that big pile was all compacted. So it's been sitting for a few days. We haven't had any rain, and I can already see the benefit. I'm getting a lot more dirt off of the sticks. This was just way too dirty to put in the bottom of that pit because this soil is good and I want it to be part of that pile. But just a couple buckets of sifting, and I probably got almost 1 bucket of good soil here and a lot cleaner sticks on the other side. These are getting way cleaner than they were before. There's still some dirt on them, but that's predominantly sticks, a whole bucket of dirt. And I also chipped a lot of the big pieces of wood yesterday, so these chips will mix with that soil and go through there and just give me more and more organic matter. I got this all screened out probably up to 3 to 4 times on some of this because it was just so full of dirt. Kept like creating piles of clean dirt and sticks and then rescreening it, but I got it as good as I can get it. I guess you could keep doing that until there was nothing but sticks here, but at some point you put 4 to 5 buckets in the screen and you don't even get half a bucket out of it. And another thing I've done is I've gone through and I've picked out all of the fat lighter, and you can tell what fat lighter is because it doesn't rot. It's just like big pieces of wood in there that have no decay on the outside, and they're totally soaked in sap. So this is a piece I dug out of there. You think it's just an ordinary piece of wood, but you can notice sometimes there'll be like a shiny part of it sticking up where you've nicked it with the tractor. But that's all sap right there. But all that right there, if you lit a match, that would burn, just like, you know, diesel fuel or kerosene. And this whole stick will just never rot. So I got several piles. I've got this is just big stuff that it's just going to be a problem if I put that in the compost pit. So that's probably going to go in a burn pile or just be left here to further decay. Of course, I've got my stick pile, cleanish stick pile, and I got my fat lighter pile over here. And all that is just really, really good for starting fires. And here's the super tall pile of good dirt. And it's not only tall, but it's wide. There's the tractor in the background. You can see that's a pretty big pile of dirt. And I got my big logs over here from when we cleared for the pole barn and different places. So those are either going to have to be split up and wood chipped if I get a bigger wood chipper, or they're going to have to burn. And there's my wood chip pile. Okay, Deb's asking me if I want lunch. I said, heck yeah. So I'm going to go get some lunch, then grab Precious, the mini excavator, and go finish digging out the pit. So I was walking back and Deb came out of the house and the cow saw her. She got a big moo out of them. Did you give Mom a big moo? Do I get a moo? I don't get a moo? I'm not worthy? If I give you a scratch? No, if I give you a scratch, I know I'm not getting a moo. They're actually expecting some food. Gave them some cabbage leaves this morning from the garden. And they know that normally about this time of day, I bring them a cabbage leaf or two. I get no moo though. Mama gets all the moos, huh? Time to get Precious out. We're at the side of the pit, and that's the side that I've already got some things starting to compost. I've got some sticks and debris down in the bottom underneath there. Then I have a layer of kind of a sandy mix, and then I got the manure on top. So what I want to do here is finish digging this out, get all this cleared away. I don't know if I'm going to go as deep there over there, because that requires me to dig a pad here to work over there. I might, I don't know. I kind of want to get this all done today, but it might be a 2-day video. Look at the curious deer. You can see the deer tracks right there. And I left that ramp in case, you know, a fawn or anything that was small were to get down there and get caught. Somebody's dog, our cows, if they ever were to get out, to give them an escape route out. But I would like to dig that kind of like in a bowl and just clear all that out of there. Now, a question a lot of people have, including my friends and my wife, is why am I doing this? And the big reason is I want fill dirt. We got a lot of projects that require fill dirt. The road around the property is very bumpy, and I want to fill it with some dirt that won't wash away. And the area that I was cleaning up, it doesn't look like it on camera, but that's a kind of a big drop off there. But the area that I was cleaning up earlier and screening out those sticks, that I'm stripping all the topsoil from that. So I want some clay on top of that as well, so that water doesn't create, you know, it doesn't cut channels through there. If you put this clay on top and pack it in, it almost becomes like a protective layer. So I have a lot of use for this red clay. It's just really, really good construction fill material. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm digging and capturing the clay. I don't necessarily need in a below the ground compost pile, because I'm going to have to come in here with the excavator and actually mix it, because compost needs a lot of oxygen. Got to dig myself kind of a little road, a little ledge over here, so I can get over there and dig out that portion. It's a little bit of a rhythm going here, but it's going to be slow going. I don't have that big a bucket either. It's only an 18-inch bucket. I cleaned up the pit, and you can see by the size of the excavator that I've got a huge pile here. And I also dug this all the way across down here, and I'm going to walk in there and show you. Now I've removed the safety ramp because I'm going to fill this with all that dirt up there from the screenings. All right, I'm just going to jump in here. I think I see a foothold here. So that is how deep it is, and there's no danger of this caving in, but I'm 6 foot. You can see how that is, how much higher that is than me. And what I want to do is put all that trash down here. This is like a tiger pit. I won't leave it like that. I will definitely, if I can't get it filled in tonight, I'll come with the excavator and dig a ramp back out. Okay, time to walk and get another machine to carry those sticks and dirt down here. A lot of times you guys will see me plant the food plot, and then I don't really show it much after that because just other things going on. But as I walk, you'll see the food plot behind me. The sun doesn't wash it out. Looks pretty good. Okay, machine number 3. Thing's tippy going downhill when it doesn't have a load on it. It's so tippy going forward, going up a hill, that they say to turn around and back up a hill. It's going to be a messy process, so I'm going to keep the dump bucket forward a little. Should take 3 scoops to fill it. I've filled this shit with the tractor. I've only filled it with the excavator. It has a much smaller bucket. That's 2 pretty full Kubota buckets. Wish I had a bigger bin, but I guess the bin is going to be based on the engine size and how much lift the hydraulics can lift. But I think this is the fastest way I have to move 3 buckets of dirt. It's definitely faster than just the Kubota. I don't know, it's probably a toss-up between this and the Summit dump trailer, but this is easier to use. That wasn't a bad ride at all. It was almost fun. I think it was more fun than the tractor and the dump trailer. Now, if I can avoid falling in that hole, I'll be winning. Got a nice road going down here. It stops when you want it to stop. It's tracked, so it's pretty steady, pretty sure-footed. Is that as far as I should go? Now that worked out really well. Safe, efficient, effective. All right, so I got the tracks right up to here. That's not giving away at all. And I can fill that, probably 3 more, right? 3 more of those. And that should bring that up to a safe level. And then I'll tell you what we're gonna put on top of that. So as I was driving down here, I remembered that all of this side of our property has big oak trees, and last year I raked them up with a landscape rake behind the Summit tractor, and I had a big pile of those leaves, and they're actually in that area over there underneath of the cow pine shavings and manure and everything, and I forgot about that. So I think what I'm going to do is put all these sticks and everything in the bottom, and then either put a layer of leaves or a layer of shredded cardboard. I have a just a paper shredder that'll do 18 sheets of paper at one time. We shred all of our Amazon boxes and everything. I've got 3 or 4 big garbage bags just full of shredding. So I want to put them in here, those leaves, and then the manure on top. Load number 2 coming up. All right, that's farther than last time. Let her rip, Tater Chip. All right, so my guess is 6 or 7. 6, 7. Number 3. That was caught under the pedal. Wouldn't have been able to stop or go. Number 4. That one's a little dicey because it started tipping because the right side's not packed dirt. But number 5. So I left my tractor running because it's in regen mode, and once it starts regen you can't turn the tractor off. So I've got it at like 2,500 RPMs just sitting there doing nothing. I can't think of anything that makes me more mad when it comes to tractors than the government making us have a regen system and the tractor sitting there burning fuel, not doing any work. Coming in with the last load, but there goes load number 6. And you know what else is number 6? During that regen process, my tractor hour meter said 666.6. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. PG out.